Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 91.
9 more episodes till 100.
Amazing.
Light work.
It's like, I told you to get here.
Yeah. How's your week been?
It's been all right. I'm trying to remember. Do you know what? Okay, so last week I actually went to Paris and I forgot to say. On TikTok there was a TikTok about the best lobster roll in the world.
I saw that TikTok.
That's what sent me to Paris.
And I know you didn't do too much, because when I messaged you, you're like, yeah, I'm already on the way back. I was like, Paris.
I literally went to eat. I got there at like 9 in the morning and I was back in London by 6.
It's no different going to Manchester.
Yeah.
No different to going to Manchester.
Literally, I had breakfast there. It was really nice. I went to Holy Belly, which I love, and then went for my lobster and then came back to London.
Boy. My cousin is coming to visit. Shout out Laura. She's coming to visit from Texas.
Oh, nice. What part of Texas?
Dallas.
Okay.
Houston. I'm making stuff up. I don't know. Somewhere in America.
Fair.
So the fact that I even knew 2 places from Texas, I'm very happy. I only know one of them because of Beyonce. So she's coming, and I'm trying to find like fun things for her to do. So I was like, what do you want to do? I'm going to make an itinerary. I'm going to take some time off work.
How long is she here for?
A week.
Okay.
And I was thinking Paris day trip, but I was thinking, because it's far to go to Paris, like from America. It's like a whole trip. So while you're over here, if you
might as well go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I was like, I won't force it on her.
You should. I saw tickets.
She put it on her list. She was like, Paris day trip.
Oh yeah, because I saw it for like £49.
Yeah, the Eurostar doing some deals.
Yeah, when I went, it was for 35. One way. Yeah, 35 to go and then 35 to come back.
Yeah, that's good actually.
That's decent.
Yeah. But they never have the early ones or the late ones. They have.
Listen, I had to be on the Eurostar for 6 a.m.
That's why I could. That's the best time to go.
Yeah, but I had to get an Uber to King's Cross. That's what I did. Yeah.
Remember I told you, I don't know if I said it on the podcast. Like my Uber was the one who got me there on time. I said that. Remember I said Uncle Drive.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. Uncle Drive.
Yeah, but you had a good time. How was the lobster roll?
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I put extra lobster in it.
So it's the best one you had. You think it's the best one in the world? Obviously, you haven't had all of them.
Do you know what? It's up there, but I quite like the one I had in Bagatelle as well. But it was up there.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm not a big lobster person, but just the lobster, that lobster roll.
It's sweet, innit?
It looks so good.
I even like a Big Easy lobster roll.
I didn't have it, obviously. But I saw it on TikTok. It looked so good. I'm not a
No, it was nice. Fan. It was nice. They were even playing Afro beats in there. I was like, oh, they know who the audience is.
Wow. What have I done? Nothing.
Yeah. How's your week been?
What did I do? What have I done? I don't know. I haven't done it. What did I do? What did I do last weekend? Oh, do you know what? It's because we recorded recently. We recorded on Sunday.
That's why. Yeah, it hasn't been a week yet.
It hasn't even been a week, so I've done nothing.
That's why.
Working like a working worker.
You just been bugging me with ideas.
Great ideas. You know, guys, I'm convinced that I'm a marketing genius. Go on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you are.
I'm convinced that I'm a marketing genius. So yeah, I just bug you with ideas and work. But I think in the little lead up to my cousin coming, I'm going to be taking I'm winding down. I don't want to be highly strong by the time she comes. So I'm just starting my relaxation now.
I love that. I'm traveling as well next week. So I'm so unprepared. I'm not going to lie.
But you're actually going for a full week, no?
Yeah. I'm so unprepared. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm literally going for a wedding and I'm so unprepared.
Are you going by yourself or with your...
I'm going with my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And your son?
Mm-mm. They said no children allowed at the wedding. What am I supposed to do? To be fair, he could have
you could have begged. It's family wedding.
He still could have come because my dad's in America, so he could have just been with my dad while we attend the wedding. But
you deserve a break.
Yeah, a break. He loves spending time with grandparents.
Boy. That's why your mum was asking you for annual leave.
She literally rejected me, guys. I wanted to come last week. She said no. She said no because she's having my son for a full week.
I think that's very fair.
Anyway, we'll be back this week.
I think that's very fair. What's been happening in the HR world? So let's start with something controversial.
Hit me.
So there's always talk about why it's important to have like diverse like people in the rooms when they're doing marketing campaigns and all of that stuff. And there's been 2 campaigns recently which have kind of divided opinion. So I guess the most the less I think it's probably the least controversial one was the Burger King advert.
Okay.
So that was basically, it was a campaign with like loads of different images of women who basically had just given birth, and they were like holding their baby in one hand, they're clearly in a hospital just giving birth, and then eating a burger with the other hand, like a Burger King burger. And the whole idea of the campaign was like, oh, like basically when you've just gone through the grueling like experience of labor, like, oh yeah, you know, finishing off with a burger that you've probably been craving for a long time. And then I think it seemed to resonate with the audience. That's what I gathered, like women who had kids and been through that experience. It really did seem to resonate with them. Who it didn't resonate with was, you know, people who it was not aimed at. So basically men. Not all men.
Inserting themselves.
Yeah, they started inserting themselves. It's like, who signed this off? Like, this is terrible. Why would we be promoting high fatty foods to, you know, women who just had kids? This is irresponsible marketing. Who was in the room when this was like, you know, signed off? And I think this is different because it sort of did land with its target. Well, it did land with its target audience, but clearly it isolated some other kind of customers. I don't think the people who are crying about it were even are going to be their customers, or it's going to stop them from buying from Burger King.
But what's the issue with it?
That is promoting obesity and promoting, like, you know, unhealthy eating and stuff, and especially as
because they just had a baby.
In general, it's not good, but it's like especially using that moment, basically promoting it to like new mothers, they think is like irresponsible. And I just thought, shut up. Like, are you like I just thought, shut up.
This is how I know that men just like, not all of them, because I have to say that, but this is why I know they just chat shit. Because after you know, when you're pregnant, yeah, you are so conscious a lot of the time what you're eating, because, you know, you can't, like, I love sushi. I couldn't eat sushi while I was pregnant. Do you know, I was more careful with the seafood I was eating. And then you give birth and you know you can have whatever you want after pushing out a whole kid. And if that's a burger, that's a burger.
Sushi,
if it's sushi,
Chinese,
literally.
If it's panda jam, whatever you want to eat.
Literally, I wanted Vapiano's and that's what I got. And no one was going to stop me. So, like...
I bought my sister Chinese.
Yeah, so why the hell would you, like, say, oh, it's promoting obesity? Oh, get out of here. Do you know how many calories you burn, how much energy you use to give birth to a whole human?
And I think that that's an example of probably actually knowing the target. Like, there probably were people in the room who understood, or it seemed to hit the target.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, even though it did isolate like another group of people, but I think it was just more noise. And so that was one of them.
Well done, Burger King.
Yeah, one of them. Saying that. The comment that I've seen online, I haven't checked it myself, was that, yeah, it's all well and good, but apparently Burger King have a terrible maternity policy. That's
fair. I take back my well done. It is very...
If that's true, I don't know, I haven't looked at their maternity policy, but apparently people like their maternity policy is not great. So
oh, no.
Coming up with this big advert being like, yeah, women work so hard, and, you know, they deserve a Burger King at the end. But it was so much of it on LinkedIn. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, why? I didn't even know why it was relevant to bring it to LinkedIn. Like, is it to do with, I don't know. It just felt weird. Like, there was I
don't think it's relevant to LinkedIn.
There was so many posts about it.
LinkedIn is just like Facebook now, though. So
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then the other advert, or 2 adverts actually. So there was 2 adverts from Heinz that caused some controversy. So the first advert, which again has been all over my LinkedIn feed, and I don't know if I need to cleanse or just, it's the same as the Burger King. I'm like, there's too much chat about this on LinkedIn. Basically, it was Heinz kind of promote their pasta sauce, and it was a black woman getting married to a white man at their wedding, and the black woman had a bowl of pasta, and on like the left hand side where the was the groom and, you know, presumably his parents, mum and dad, and on the right hand side was just the mother of the bride. So basically the white family had a 2-parent family, it appeared, and then the black family was a 1-parent single mother family. And people took like umbrage to it. They were basically like, why is it that you've chosen to portray the black woman as essentially like a single parent, or the black woman, the bride, has having an absentee father. Obviously, people are reading into the narrative of what this image portrayed, and they were like, who was in the room? Anybody would have been able to spot this. And though I can't say that I think it was, is the most upsetting thing that I've ever seen, I do think probably somebody could have done another check and be like, this is a bit sensitive. Maybe we could do something else with it.
Do you know what it is though? I 100% hear you and I agree with you to a certain extent, but we are not the target audience. So when people in marketing will look at certain things, they have their target audience in mind. And
do you not think we're the target audience?
No, they don't know we season our beans and add our onions.
But do you think they thought we were the target audience? Because I think if we're not, I think they only really there's two. This is my hot take. There's two reasons why they include black people in campaigns. Number one, because we're cool, and people think putting a black person on something makes it cool. And the second reason is to target us. Those are the only two reasons.
And they listen. Heinz know that black people are not buying the pasta sauce. They know
but that doesn't give because we're cool. It gave. We're trying to do an inclusive ad. Which
I think they were trying to be inclusive, but I don't think that meant that black people were their target audience. I just think with a lot of adverts, they now try to include some form of diversity, and the way a lot of these companies do it, and we see it a lot at Christmas, is to have an interracial couple. So I feel like Heinz just kind of followed that. That structure, but honestly, it's just not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, we need to save our energy and really fight for the things that matter. I'm so sorry. People were, the pasta sauce is, black people don't even, we don't even eat that at our weddings. We have jollof rice. I kid you not, I saw a video about it, and I was just like, really, is this the hill you want to die on? Like, is this where you want to go? It's not that deep. Like, let's really focus on. Let's be guided and really focus on what matters.
I do think it was bad because I think.
Sorry, because I know you're going to move on to it, but the other one you showed me was way worse.
Yeah. But I do think it was bad in the sense that maybe it wouldn't have stopped them from publishing it, but I do think it should have maybe
just provoke thought.
I just think it should have been considered. Now, obviously, this is a bit of a stereotype, is a bit of a trope. What would it have cost, or why couldn't they just flip it the other way? Do you know what I mean? There's so many questions that I would have about why, in general, if you're going to do happy families, you might be trying to be inclusive in the sense that maybe a lot of people don't have two parents at their wedding. So maybe that's you including a different group of people. You might be trying to, there's lots of different things. Like, not everyone is happy families. But I think if I'm doing it and one person has two parents and one person doesn't, it's been done purposefully. So somebody thought about that and they thought that this was a good idea, and they didn't. And maybe
no one thought about it being the black.
Yeah. So it's less that they put it out. It's more, I wonder if they anticipated that it would even be offensive to some people, or that some people would find an issue with it. Because it might be that they decided like they did, and then they anticipated it and they did it anyway. But I really reckon that they didn't even anticipate it.
Of course they didn't, because we're not their target audience.
Yeah, but then the other advert. So the
other one is terrible.
Yeah, the other advert that came out from Heinz is basically like, it's not just one person, it's a bunch of different people
of different races,
basically eating food that had a lot of ketchup. But was it all burgers?
It's tomato ketchup.
Yeah, but was it all burgers that they were eating?
Yeah.
So they're all eating burgers, and obviously they've bitten into the burger and it's full of tomato ketchup, and they basically, it's about having a Heinz smile. So basically around their mouth is like full of like tomato ketchup, kind of like Joker.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Like the Joker. So if you imagine, it's all like tomato ketchup around. Unfortunately, the one with the black person is very reminiscent of a gollywog. And that's like, I'm so sorry, but there is no way. That is when I showed it to you.
Yeah,
is that? Could you see anything else?
No, I refuse to believe that whoever is wicked in Heinz, they saw that and they said, let's race bait.
There is nothing.
There's no way they didn't notice.
Even people that are not necessarily as aware, like you would know.
There's no way.
Like, as soon as you saw it, and it's a dark skinned man, and it's like, also the man who was in the advert, like.
Exactly. Speak up. Stand up.
No, hide. Hide your
like
face.
You saw that picture and was like, Yeah.
I showed it to Velisa, and I was just Velisa like, no, this is bad.
It's bad.
Because I challenge anybody who has ever seen a gollywog or a racist image of that sort to look at that and not see that straight away.
No way.
That's why I'm like, how I get that they were being like, okay, yeah, well, it's for everybody, and there was lots of people of different races, but sometimes you can't put. It's like saying,
don't put a dark skinned man with red lips.
It kind of reminds me of the H&M thing where, you know, they obviously had some, like, they put the little boy
in the monkey
in the t-shirt that said something little monkey. So obviously on another child that might not be of an issue, but on that child, it, you know, people felt it was a bit offensive because it was like, okay, it was saying I'm a little monkey, or it was something like that, but or naughty little monkey or something. But on that child, people felt it was offensive because of the connotations, you know, and the history. So I think it's just a bit like that. It's like, yeah, I get that you're trying to apply the same thing to everybody, but you can't.
I'm sorry, with something like that, they wanted the outrage, because that's a tactic now as well. That's a marketing tactic, is to outrage certain groups of people to bring attention. Let me tell you, that Heinz pasta advert would never.
I would have never seen it.
I went to go look up what the pasta was. It works because of all the outrage. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm going to buy Heinz pasta today. That's my truth.
I had the beans yesterday.
Yeah, no, I eat because, you know,
yeah. But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We're not their target audience. We don't eat like. But yeah, I just think it's a tactic. It's a tactic to race bait and cause outrage, because you know that's going to bring. It's what the Daily Mail do. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, just to bring traction.
I genuinely, again, I don't know. I'm torn, because I genuinely
there's no way they saw that.
There's no benefit to the advert. Yeah, it's trended, but it hasn't trended for good reasons. See the one with the family, yeah, that is very easy to say
careless
mistake.
Yeah,
or, you know, we didn't see it like that. We were just trying to include families who are, you know, built differently. That's fine. This advert, I'm so torn, because I'm like, you would have to be so brazen to put that out because you knew. But then maybe there are really ignorant people in these rooms who thought, it didn't.
I believe it.
No, anyway, go look it up. I'm not even gonna put it in this. I'm not gonna put the image in. But yeah, it actually feels offensive. Like, I genuinely don't feel like I can put, because it feels offensive.
That was terrible. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Yo, that's so bad."
And Velisa was in the process of saying that the other one wasn't that deep.
Yeah, until I saw that one, I was like, okay,
this one
yeah. Shame on Heinz. We should boycott.
Oh please. But the thing is, yeah, like, you know, I'm a really big Lidl Aldi shopper.
Same, but I can't buy the non-Heinz ketchup.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
That's my institutionalization. So that's
no, but have you?
Do you know what? Beans.
Have you tried? Yeah, have you tried other beans and ketchup?
No, so
because I have and I can't.
No, ketchup I can do.
Is it?
I can do other ketchup.
What, serial killer?
I like serial killer. The thing is, I like Heinz ketchup, but there are some other brands, like as in, like Lidl ketchup, I can eat Lidl.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't taste exactly the same, but it doesn't have that nasty vinegary taste. It's not nasty.
That tangy,
it's
like
a little bit different.
Okay.
Beans never. I tried it. It's not for me. Even when I go out, yeah. If I go to like get, you know, a young cafe, I can always tell if it's Heinz.
100%.
I can accept it outside.
Look what they've done to us. That's why they can just release what they want.
Because we're never gonna stop buying. It's true.
So,
but, you know, I can't. The reason I don't buy Heinz ketchup, by the way, is just because it's expensive.
It is, but I'm sorry, I can't have any other ketchup.
No. Heinz ketchup, yeah. I can spend money on a lot of things, but when I saw that bottle go to £4, I said, "You're taking the piss now. They're taking the piss, because why?
Do you know what it is as well?
£4 for ketchup.
I'm the only person.
It's not even a necessity.
I'm the only person in my house that actually uses ketchup.
So it will last for a long time.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Guys, when it hits £4, they're gonna have to start putting it in that box. You know how they lock away the salmon or whatever they did, like
in the corned beef.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, that's the only reason I don't buy Heinz ketchup, but it's because it's delicious.
Fair.
Anyway, that was why it's important to have diverse marketing teams. And then I saw this thing which I thought was quite interesting. There's 2 police officer stories this week.
Whoa.
We haven't done a police officer story in a while.
We haven't. That's our bag.
Yeah. The police, they're always so messy. They're always so messy. But basically, there was a police officer who basically went off sick. Well, she was experiencing like lots of stress and anxiety because her job was so emotionally like taxing. No, sorry. She was I've told the story backwards. She was at work and she got occupational health assessment because she was struggling. Her job was very emotionally taxing. I don't know what kind of police work she was doing. I think it was something to do with safeguarding. So I can imagine it was quite emotionally taxing, right? She'd been in the police since 2004, and in 2017 that's when she became a safeguarding kind of officer. And she got occupational health assessment because she was really struggling, and they basically said that it'd be helpful for her to have like a nice distraction away from work, something to make her happy, something lighthearted, something that she enjoyed that would be good to give her balance from the heavy work stuff. So she set up like an events business, essentially. I think it was a party tent business. So you could have a party in a tent, I don't know, but a party tent business. So she set it up, and that was good. It was giving her good distraction, but also it was making her money. So she's running as a commercial enterprise, but she got permission to do so. So she was like, look, I want to do this thing. I think it will be good for me. Can I get permission to do it? It won't interfere with my work. It's absolutely nothing to do with being a police officer, and it's obviously good for me. So they granted her permission. She then went off sick, and while she was off sick, they revoked her permission to run this business. So they said, even though we said you could run it before, now you're off sick, we're not going to allow you.
How did they even know she was still running it?
Don't know. Maybe it might have been online. You know, they're petty. They probably had someone
That's true.
But they revoked her permission to be able to run this business, which I think was petty and pathetic, because I'm thinking straight away, I don't know what their reasoning was for revoking it. They didn't have one when they were questioned, but is giving, if you're sick, why are you running a business? That's what it's giving. So I reckon they thought, well, if you're too sick to work, then you're too sick to run this business. But obviously that's not how it works, because actually maybe that business was doing what they said it was going to do, and being a nice healthy distraction away from the hard work or the, emotional distress or whatever that she was going through. So basically they took away her ability to do that. It had a negative effect on her mental health, and she ended up basically taking them to tribunal for disability discrimination, because there was a couple of different claims, but basically saying they didn't make reasonable adjustments for her, and they basically discriminated against her and kind of penalized her by taking away something that they knew was in her best interest and it had, the reason they took it away had no medical basis. That's what they said. They just one day decided, okay, you can't do this anymore, even though the reason that they had given permission in the first place and the occupational health assessment said that it was going to be good for her. So they did something on purpose, which had a detriment to her mental health. And basically she won at tribunal, and she in total got £1,176,000.
That is crazy.
And I was trying to figure out why. I was like this, and part of that was loss of earnings. Part of it was injury to feelings. Part of it was like grossing up for tax and all this other kind of stuff. So 500 grand was grossing up for tax. So basically, making sure that she got the amount that she was going to get. That she was going to get net. But I just think that's crazy. I want to know how much money she was making in that business.
Honestly,
she must have been making quite a lot. But I think it was her loss of, maybe the business loss of earnings and her business loss of earnings. Let me tell you what the breakdown was actually.
When will people understand that just doing the straightforward needful for employees is important and can save you a lot of money in the long run? Like, just to do things properly. Why are so many companies and individuals in these companies trying to cut corners or do things based on their own personal emotions rather than actually doing what's best for the company? I won't even say the employee, just the company, and it could save you a lot of time and money.
I just think you revoked her right to her ability to run this business, and now she's getting £1 million.
Like, how do you feel?
Are you dumb? It's so silly
to invest in her business.
I hope she's well. So the breakdown. So in total, the money was £1,176,000 638, and this included £633,000 thereabouts for compensation for financial losses, £9,541 for personal injury, £24,932 for injury to feelings, and £500,000 for grossing up for taxation.
Wow.
So she really made a lot of money from this situation, and it was very avoidable.
Yeah. Wow. Shame on them though. They could have, that was so like easily avoidable.
This is crazy. And then my next police officer one was just the dumbest thing. I don't even know how the story ends, but it's one of the dumbest things that I've heard in a long time. So basically, there was a police officer who was accused of stealing toilet paper.
Okay.
So between January and February 2023, there were 3 incidences where they believe that she took toilet paper home for her own personal use without getting authority. I don't know why. I don't know how many rolls or whatever, but maybe she's just taken, from the supply cupboard or from the toilets. I don't know. But basically, they suspected that she was taking this toilet paper home. I don't even know how you would know. I don't even know how you know. Maybe she took all the toilet paper. I don't know. But they suspected it. And so they literally, with taxpayer money, they set up a sting operation to catch her. So
I'm sorry. This country is so miserable. Like they're so over toilet roll. Like they are so miserable.
So but apparently, employee theft, like billions is lost in employee theft apparently every year. I'm just saying.
But toilet roll.
So they set up a sting operation. So they set up CCTV, not in the toilet, but around the toilet and some other stuff. And they also use that UV dye thing. So I think they put it on toilet paper and put it around so that they would be able to catch her. She, literally catch her red-handed. And obviously she was
how dramatic.
So she was caught. They identified that it was her, and there's been a bit of a debate around was it excessive? Like,
of course, it was excessive.
Was it excessive? It's like actually, and a lawyer who was representing the police was basically like, it doesn't matter what she stole.
It's the principle of her stealing.
That she was stealing. It doesn't matter how minor it was. She was stealing. And what do you think?
I hear it, but it's toilet roll, isn't it? It's like.
Would it be different if it was COVID when there was a shortage?
Maybe.
I know loads of people were stealing from their things.
Because it's like, I'm not saying I have, but a lot of people have stolen stationery from work.
It's not stealing if it's stationery though.
But why not?
To use it. They want you to use it.
But people don't need to take 6 or 3. No, let me not even say 6. 3 notepads and a whole pack of highlighters.
Yeah, but to be fair, that notepad would probably end up being used for work. I don't think that's stealing. I don't think and I say that as someone who's running a business. If you took
you see,
sorry, if you took I don't think that's stealing. A notepad, it depends how big your business is. So what about the lawyer had all the best stationery all the time?
This is what I'm saying. So tissue, come on, she can take tissue, man. You're the police.
But I don't know how it ended. So I know she ended up at disciplinary, but I don't know how the disciplinary ended.
Do you know how
online to see, but I can't find the answer.
I get that, yeah, stealing is wrong. But do you know how mad it's gonna be to do a disciplinary with someone for stealing toilet roll? Like what if your toilet roll's expensive,
That disciplinary must have been a mess. So, do you understand the allegations?
Literally, I'll take your toilet roll.
And the evidence that they would have attached
the hand dye
of her scurrying like a rat in the bathroom to the toilet. That is so embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing.
That's what I always think about. Like when people are doing dumb stuff at work. Yeah, I always just feel like if you get caught, don't you think about if you get caught how embarrassing it will be.
People don't think that far ahead.
That's why I don't do a lot of things in life. Because I'm like, if I get caught, how embarrassing would this be?
People don't think that far ahead. They don't have that foresight. No way.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So next week we have some very special guests that are going to be on the podcast, and they were talking. They're from another podcast, and they were talking. I was listening to that podcast, and they were talking about a story of how there was a Christmas party that they had, and there was a big room in the center and 5 rooms coming off it, but no doors. A kind of a hexagon kind of shape. There's a main room and 5 sub rooms coming off, but it never had any doors. And how someone from HR had gone into one of the rooms and saw 2 employees having sex on the table, but there was no door. Yeah, so it's fair enough. You can't necessarily see.
So you knew you were gonna be seen.
That's what I'm trying to say. Why do people the fear of being caught or how embarrassing or anything it would be enough to stop me? That's what I don't understand. Why don't people have? Is it they have no survival instinct? Did it I don't get it. Because I'm sorry, stealing toilet paper, yeah, it's not the end of the world. But I just always feel if I get caught doing this now, yeah. And it's different to stationery. Because stationery, you could reasonably say that you were taking it
work.
Home, use it for work. Or you could reasonably say that, but with
you can't do
paper,
that.
What are you saying?
Yeah, you can't do that.
That makes no sense. That's so embarrassing. That's why I would never do it. When I was at uni, yeah, there were some guys in my year who got caught stealing computers from the computer room.
Oh, that's
something
nuts.
It was something like stealing computer from the computer room. And they basically chained those things to the desk. And when they got caught, they got kicked out. I think some, I think one or two of them was able to come back the next year, but they basically lost a year. And even to this day, when I remember, I'm so embarrassed for them. I'm like, why? Even when I was young, I was thinking, oh, this will be embarrassing.
That's nuts. That's brave. I think that's brave. Not in a positive way, but the audacity to be able to do that and think you could get away with it. And
but also having sex on the table with your colleagues around the corner.
It's mad.
That's why I don't understand why people do these things. And even stealing toilet paper, you literally work, not to say that they're always effective, but you literally work for the police.
This is why, I not everybody, but I think this is why I say there's a certain type of person that works in HR. It's usually good youths.
Yeah, like law abiding system.
Yeah, it's people that don't usually want to bend the rules and stuff.
I'm happy to bend a rule or two, but I really take calculated risks. I'm not gonna risk a big thing to get a little thing. If I'm gonna risk it, I'm gonna risk it all. I know at work. Do you know what I mean? I'm never gonna put my career on the line.
But I also think part of that is to do with how you view work. Some people view work as their play as well. Do you get it? Some people, their friends are at work.
Yeah, they're to work.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you see work as somewhere that you can also have fun and people get to see a different side of you, you're also more likely to push boundaries and do stupid shit because
you feel all your brethren.
Yeah, you don't view it as just work. I'm resisting the urge to say white people are the ones who often see the workplace as not just work
because they're the
majority.
They're more free.
Yeah, they're the majority, so they're more likely to see people who look like them, sound like them, similar backgrounds, could be their friends outside work.
Look like their friends
exactly. So then they make friends at work. They find their partner at work, whatever it is. So then they're more likely to do things that someone like me will not go to the workplace and do because of how I view the workplace. And how I will be, the consequences I fear of doing that stuff in the workplace because of who I am.
Do you know what? I don't know if that's true because I do feel like, I do think that's true, but then I also feel like there's a lot of people from ethnic minorities, and I can speak a lot for black people.
Yeah, that do stupid shit.
That do dumb stuff.
No, I agree.
It's whenever you were younger, I don't know if your parents, I've got brothers, and my mum will be like, you're going to run out with your stupid little friends.
Do you know what?
Catch you, you're the black one.
Not to paint a bad picture, but I think almost all the stuff I've had to do with money and credit cards have been black women at work.
What, all the fraud cases?
Mm-hmm.
Act like you've been here before, man, guys. Act like you've been here before. I don't know. But I really hate that. I hate the mentality, whoever it comes from, of this, I'm just going to take as much as I can from, I just can't stand that. I'm just follow the rules. And this is the most HR thing I've ever said, but just follow the rules. It's never worth it.
It's not. It's never worth it.
Where you're in, we've got now a big consequence because you did something little.
So silly.
Now you're crying.
Yeah.
Now I'm having to now we're in a situation because you did something dumb.
And now you have regrets, but it's too late for regrets.
You might have sent a message on Teams or something that you shouldn't have sent. You called in sick when you weren't sick. Now you were spotted in the club.
Oh, I remember when I was working at John Lewis, there was a guy who he called in sick and then he went to the Rihanna concert.
And this is what I mean.
And then
that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
I don't know if it was him or someone tagged him, but the photo ended up on Facebook.
Listen, yeah. And that was back in the day when Facebook was just brazen with
just tag. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. This is the other thing. It's if we all, I'm sure we've all had a day when we've called in sick. And maybe we weren't sick, but we were sick of work.
But then you don't go to a concert
exactly and
get tagged
as well. That's what I mean by taking just going too far with it. Just try your best to follow the rules. And if you can't follow the rules, you have to bend them a little bit. Maybe you're not sick. You take a little sick day. Let that day be for rest.
You're stay at home, please.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
If you need a little bit, cool. Maybe you're mentally tired, but it's not you're gonna go to.
Don't go Afro Nation and then be saying you're sick.
Like that. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Just follow the rules. And I really hate those disciplinaries where it's well, now we're in this situation because you just wanted to be, just thought you were, you thought you were smart, but you're not.
Those are my kind of favourite disciplinaries though.
It's you thought you were being smart, but
because
now we're all here.
It's so straightforward. It's you did it, I know you did it.
You know you did it.
Yeah, now we have to talk about it. You know you're going to get in trouble. I know you're going to get in trouble. But let's just, let me just pretend to like hear you out and see if there's anything you can do to defend yourself.
This is probably for like another episode, but I'm going to bring it here anyway. Do you think you should always like, if you're in a disciplinary situation and you don't think it can be 100% proof, but you know you did it, do you think you fight it or you think you let it go?
I'll fight it. If it can't be 100% proven,
yeah. If it looks like you, but they can't prove it for sure,
I'm fighting it.
I don't know what I'll do.
I'll fight it.
My pride from knowing that I actually did it will make me leave.
I'll fight it because I know that the conversations that would be going on is like, well, if we can't 100% say that it was that person, then maybe we should just give them a warning because blah blah. So
I think that's based on your standard, because your standard is actually like, what do the facts say?
Yeah.
Actually know ER.
Yeah.
I know some companies like that don't do investigations like that. They're like, well, we obviously know he did it, and it's like,
no, you don't.
You don't know. Like I had somewhere I worked many years ago. There was something. This happened after I left. Actually, I know the gossip in it. Where I worked many years ago, there was somebody who basically was accused of stealing an item from another member of the team, like an item of clothing, I think a jacket or something. And so someone says, I think they were in the locker room or the bike shed, and the jacket went missing. And they said, "Oh, someone stole my jacket." So they've looked in the CCTV because it's the bike shed. And then they see this person take it. And they say to this person, "Did you take such and such a jacket by accident?" "No, I didn't take it. It's my jacket." "Well, I don't have that jacket if I do have a jacket like that, well, it's mine. I didn't take it. I don't know what you're talking about." They asked again, "Do you have?" And then eventually they show the CCTV, and then it's clear at this point that you stole it. But if it was me and I have an out, you're asking me, did I take it by accident or whatever? I'm just going to say, do you know what? I'm so sorry. I've got one thing at home. I was on autopilot, blah, blah. The person got fired. It was a very good job.
Oh, that's a shame.
And you didn't need, you literally, coming to work to steal from your colleagues is
that's mad. A shame.
See, people that going to work to steal from your employer, going to work and stealing is mad. You're here to make money.
And then you're stealing.
Stealing from work is so bottom barrel.
Yeah, it is.
It's so bottom barrel. Stealing from work and getting caught, that's so embarrassing. You know that you're not supposed to, we're not supposed to tell, and a lot of references, it doesn't say why you got dismissed. But to be honest, yeah.
You think stuff like that should be
Yeah. They stole from work. Because if it was like, it's actually your crime. You actually committed a crime.
Do you know what? I was thinking about this the other day because I know of senior leaders who have left a business because of really strong, intense sexual harassment, and no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. They just left. They've been there a while. It doesn't look dodgy on their LinkedIn or their CV. It's going to go somewhere else. I
actually think it should be illegal to cover up sexual harassment.
I think so too.
Because it happens, it will make our jobs horrendous. We'll be reporting left, right and centre. But I think if you have actual evidence, I don't know, maybe that is something illegal. If you have actual evidence of crime, that kind of crime, and you don't report it, is that bad? Is that a crime?
Yeah, but to another employer though.
No, but I mean to the police as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you could do.
Is that a crime? If you know that, let's say you know somebody sexually assaulted, factually, you have some evidence or whatever.
I don't think it's
to not report it.
I don't think it's a crime, but it's not good. Yeah, I think it's just safeguarding. But I know we've spoken about it last week already, but when we were talking about things that Labour could do to help prevent sexual harassment and protect people more, I think a good way would be if you do anything to do with sexual harassment and it's gone to disciplinary, etc., and you leave, it should be in your reference.
Ooh, do you know why that's hard?
It's hard, but I think
it's given work sex offender register. That's what it's giving.
Because you know what you were saying last week when you were saying, Deloitte had the policy about if you lose your laptop, then you could lose your job.
The problem is it's too subjective, because when you do it in a criminal proceeding, obviously it's very thorough. But some companies, they just have to hear Molly was crying, and then
No, but if it's substantiated though, you can't because X was crying because I looked at her a certain way.
No, but I'm saying unfortunately, a lot of these sexual harassment issues feel very she said, he said, she said. So it's like, yeah, I did do that, but she came on to me. I thought it was this, like, maybe I've misread this, I've misread that. And, or sometimes it could just be that they were just being predatory. So that's the only thing that's really hard when you don't have a quality benchmark that you
I think it's enough.
No, I think you don't. HR professionals are not built the same. You don't have the inbuilt quality benchmark. You don't have that inbuilt quality standard. We don't even all follow the same processes. Some are going to be more willing to, quote unquote, convict than others.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. But I think it would make a lot of people behave,
stand up and behave better
in the workplace.
But saying that, I don't know if that's true. Some people are gonna do it anyway.
But then that's your business.
Think about
because then your people will know.
Yeah, but think about the outside world. Like, these things are, like, even within the workplace, these things are actual crimes. There are lots of crimes that people are committing. They know that they're crimes. It doesn't deter them knowing that it's a crime or knowing that it could follow them if they got caught.
True. I mean, it's the whole young Philly thing.
I was
came
just
up
about
today.
to say that. I need to find out what's going on.
Do you not know what's going on?
No, I don't know what happened. I've just seen that he was arrested for sexual assault, impeding someone's breathing, tried to choke somebody or something in
Penetration
Australia.
without consent.
Penetration without consent.
Allegedly, there's CCTV.
Really?
There's photos of bruises.
They're calling him P. Philly.
That's
And
crazy.
if it's true, then they should call him.
I mean, before that came out, like a couple weeks before, I kept seeing TikToks of girls like talking about their interactions with him, and one person said he had bitten her.
Bitten?
Yeah. Another one had said like he'd said weird things in her DMs. Like, it's so not that, you know, the two, one should equal the other thing, but the signs were clearly there. So. And I think he thought he could get away with it because it's Australia, like it's so far away.
But I just, like, this is what I don't understand. Obviously, we don't know the facts of the case, blah, blah, blah. We have to say that because someone will come and tell us. But he's a celebrity? Will we call him a celebrity?
I mean, the fact that he's in Australia.
It's so bad, yeah. But because when I see these London guys or whatever, I feel I take them less seriously as celebrities. Like, even people who are obviously celebrities like Stormzy. Like, obviously,
it's the proximity. Yeah.
So I'm like, young Philly, is he a celebrity? I guess there's some people he's a celebrity.
If you're in Australia making the rounds with like 2 songs.
he's performing.
Yeah.
He's on holiday.
No, he's there like working. So if you're there doing that on the other side of the world, you have some sort of status. Yeah.
So but you're a celebrity, whether you're a celebrity, influencer, whatever, you're known. How do you think that you're going to go and do that to someone? Like,
it gets worse though with celeb status.
This is going to sound so bad because it's bad. Yeah, he's not Diddy.
He don't have that same power.
Yeah, Diddy shouldn't have that power, but he's not Diddy. So like, even Diddy, I think the fact that he thought he could do that is crazy, and obviously he got away with it for a long time. But you have to have such an immense, crazy amount. He's not Diddy. He's not Prince Andrew. He's one of these people. So you're even just being a regular day celebrity. How are you doing that without fear of consequence? That is crazy.
It's true. It's mad.
But then it's like being like, I guess within the circles that he's moving in, he is the top dog or one of the top dogs.
Yeah. In those influencer.
Yeah. So
the brand deals are gonna drop. My word.
That's how it's in the workplace. Like, the people who are the top dog, or that they feel, that's how all the, you know, stuff at Harrods happened. The stuff in all these workplaces have happened. Like, you just feel invincible, and that's why I don't think that it will stop anybody, because even in the real world.
But that's why real action has to be taken. This is why companies really need to hold themselves accountable and speak up and be like, no, we're not standing for it. It's like, do you know what? As soon as I heard the Young Philly stuff today, one of the first things I did was go and check Foot Asylum's page, because you have such a heavy association with this man.
Did they post anything?
They didn't say a damn thing, but I think they're working on it, because they definitely have so much content that can't come out right now.
Yeah. Because
they'll just look terrible. Like, it's just,
we should start messaging them, asking them if they want a substitute.
I hear it.
Like, we're so unproblematic.
You'll never get any issues with us. But yeah, eventually they're going to have to say something. Chunks is eventually going to have to say something.
He would never say.
He has to.
He'll say something. He'll say something neutral. He'll say, like,
if something happened with Fuhad, how can James not say anything? It's the same thing. That is your partner in crime. I'm not saying that he should say, "Oh, we don't know all the facts," or he just needs to acknowledge
that it's happening.
That is happening. Yeah.
So you can say something like, "Look, I get that everybody is expecting me to say something, but I really don't have anything to say." Is that enough?
He needs to say something.
People are going to want him to condemn his friend, which he's never going to do.
And you don't have to do that. But he's your business partner. He's not just your friend. You have a podcast together. You do YouTube together. Like you do appearances together.
I know they do all these things. I never see these things.
If Lola, if me,
you better stand up for me. I don't care what I do. you better stand up for me in public.
You do the crime. I should just keep quiet.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I shouldn't say anything on the pod. I shouldn't say acknowledge nothing.
No, I say free Lola. Wear a t-shirt. If I do anything very bad, I expect you to disassociate from me for the sake of the podcast.
But do you not expect me to acknowledge it though?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Free Lola.
Yeah. For the sake of, I would disassociate myself. I was like, save yourself. Let me come back when
you'll be fine without me.
Yeah, he should say something. I hate that though. That's why you have to know who you're doing things with.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, I know who I'm doing things with. They're going to go allowed to be shooting your back off. Yeah, that's the thing. But if you know, if these things are true, then your best friend or your guy or they'll know.
100%.
So you know who you're aligning yourself to.
Yeah. That's why sometimes when I do investigations and people are like, "Oh no, I couldn't imagine so and so doing that," you're lying. You're lying. You two that was drinking all at the offsite. You don't know nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
liar.
I love people lying to me when I know that they're lying to me.
Me too.
And then not even just because that bit is insulting. But my favorite part is the bit where you bring the receipts that they were lying and then they have to unlie. I love that, man. That's so fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, when they're like, "Oh, but I wasn't even there." And you just bring the receipt. "Oh, you logged on this time
in this location.
Here's your messages that you sent." Did you send them? Oh, you don't remember? Oh, you don't remember? It's convenient.
Amazing stuff.
Please, it's time to go home now.
Oh, okay.
I'm so hungry, Mike. I'm scared that people are going to hear my belly rumbling on.
I don't think they can.
Okay.
But yours was definitely louder than mine.
I thought yours was quite loud.
Yours was louder.
Yours was anyway.
Are you watching Love Is Blind?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna catch up on the weekend.
Okay, I won't spoil it then.
Is it good though?
Yeah.
Is it okay? Is it good to watch? Is it good entertainment?
It's good entertainment, but
that's what I need.
Men will always be men, man.
Huh?
Men will always be men.
Where is it set now?
Washington.
Okay, that's good. That's diverse.
Yeah, no, it's a diverse. It's probably the most black people I've seen on one cast, but
because Chelsea's casting.
Yeah, but it's diverse. It is, but men will always be men. Wow, so much disappointment.
Do you know what I don't like about Love Is Blind? I hate that they always have these couples that get engaged and they just choose who they follow. I think they should. They bring you in, you should follow them, even if it's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's.
What do you mean?
There's couples that get engaged in Love Is Blind that they don't.
That we don't see. Yeah.
We don't see them.
Oh, you think they should just? But yeah, because they don't all go on the honeymoon.
Yeah, they pick and choose.
Yeah.
I said, what? You brought me on this show, and you're just going to use me.
But you found the love of your life.
Extra.
You found the love of your life, though.
Come on, they don't solidify until the honeymoon. If you just meet you in the pods and then they just go into like the thing about Love Is Blind, the experiment, it can't work outside of there because like you get engaged and then immediately they whisk you away full expenses paid. Yeah. On this trip, and they take your phones away, they put you in a bubble, they give you time to connect. They're just things that you wouldn't do outside of there. Then you go out of there and then you get to spend time in a fully paid for rented apartment or whatever.
It's not none of
and
it's
you don't
real.
have to stay in your own apartment and try and squeeze someone's clothes into your it just could never work. So I'm like, that's not.
You saw Barnett and Amber having a baby.
I saw.
Yeah.
How cute.
I'm surprised they're still together, to be honest.
I told you every time.
Yeah, I know, but it's
but they were always going to be together.
Yeah.
She was never going to let that man go. It wasn't even his choice. He was going to be with him.
But yeah, I'm happy for them. That's nice.
That's it. How long did it? It must be like 5.
Same as Lauren and Cam. 5
6 years now. I think Lauren and Cam want to say they want to have a baby as well.
Yeah, she just had fibroid surgery not too long ago, so I'm sure
I know because Cam came on Instagram talking about everyone is still asking when they're having a baby, and
they do though. They need to leave them alone. You don't see one, so just leave them alone.
I don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure they would have had one yesterday if they could have. So knowing that, you should know not to ask questions. But yeah, Sorry, we digress.
Also, go on the website. Some of you are going on it. We love that. But go on the website. Use the forum.
Interact.
Introduce yourself.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves on it.
Okay, yeah.
That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.
Bye.